Yeah, Jessica, Rodney, you mentioned there's been a lot of debate and discourse over the year on how these city council members should be elected by those who represent their districts. Now, one of those charter amendments looks at making those 9 seats district-wide seats, as well as making them be voted on just by those who live in your district. The other proposed amendment looks at expanding the pool to possibly having 13 seats in City Council's chamber.
The result in last year's election, where I won more votes in the district and came up short citywide, I think it's safe to say, is one that no one wanted.
Jesse Vogel is talking about last year's District 7 race. He supports the proposal for a 9-member council, where candidates would have to win the vote in the district they represent rather than citywide.
Well, this is an issue that's been an issue for voters in Columbus for decades, who have been asking for a system that reflects the interests and needs of different neighborhoods and gives folks across the city the opportunity to have greater say in how our local democracy functions.
But City Council has put a different proposal before voters. Its plan would make the 9 district seats district elected, but add 4 at-large members elected citywide.
The needs of our city are evolving, and what that means is we have to be extra intentional about not leaving certain folks behind.
And last year's District 7 race shows how different the outcome can look when you count district voters alone. I analyzed Franklin County Board of Elections data from the 79 Columbus precincts, with more than 5% of their area inside of District 7. In those precincts, Vogel received nearly 62% of the vote. But under the current system, the race was decided citywide, and Tiara Ross won by 1,518 votes. Ross, who now represents District 7, says a different system would have meant a different campaign strategy.
Do you think you still would have been elected should Amendment 2 or Amendment 1 even been passed, prior to the 25 election?
Listen, I'd like to believe that we have the rules at the beginning of every single election cycle, and I would have played by those rules, and we would have made sure that we talked to the folks and that the folks would have come out and really supported if that was the strategy for my campaign.
For Vogel, the issue comes down to who council members are accountable to.
For too long, we've seen a city government that's been more responsive to large corporations and developers who have the kinds of resources to sway who gets into those seats.
Ross argues there's value in having some council members answer to the entire city.
Then you've got to have a citywide perspective on that. And so I think that what we have done at council is listen to all of the voices, all of the stakeholders.
2 amendments, 2 choices before voters. This November, Columbus voters will decide which they want. And those changes are not going to come all at one time. If council's measure is approved, you're looking at those at-large seats being implemented on a phased-in basis. So 2 of those seats in 2027 and 2 of them in 2029. And a large portion of this pie that we're still talking about here is campaign finance reform. Council is set to vote on that measure in September. On your side at City Hall, I'm Kirsten Lindquist, Fox 28.